Hello everyone, my name is John, and today I'll be going over the format that is least talked about in school, and that is Chicago. It is normally just used when you are writing papers that are for history or social science courses, but sometimes a teacher or professor may ask for this because they want you to use footnotes to take up less space in the body paragraphs. This lesson has a study guide that I would normally give students when I worked as a training instructor, and I have made some extra material such as an example paper and a checklist to run through as you write your own Chicago papers. After this lesson, I'm hoping that you'll be able to know the generic formatting structure of Chicago, know how to properly do an in-text citation for Chicago, and know how to properly do a works cited with the correct information for a Chicago paper. Now, let me bring up the study guide and we can go through it together. Just like with MLA and APA, you have what I like to call universal formatting. These aspects of the paper are going to remain throughout the paper, no matter if it is the header, the title, body, or works cited. And if you've watched the previous lessons, then you've already heard of these aspects. 12-point font, double spaced, and 1-inch margins, which honestly tends to be the default setting in most writing programs, so maybe just double check and then move on. Now, Chicago papers have some things unique to them, as well as having a lot in common with APA. The first thing in common with APA is that you need a title page. The title page needs your paper title bolded, your name, the due date, the course name, and the course number all centered on the first page. In addition, you're going to need the page number to appear in the top right corner of the page, but not the title page. Almost every type of paper or writing in the social sciences, whether it be political science, history, or anything along those lines, you're going to be doing a bunch of research. You're going to be quoting your research, summarizing what they said, or paraphrasing the information in your own words. Either way, you need to cite that information that you are borrowing. Now, we're going to be talking about something that has no similarity with either of the previous paper formats. Citing in Chicago is where you get the major differences from APA and MLA, but it is also why it is normally preferred not just in social sciences, but also in workplace writings. Chicago uses a format called footnotes when doing citations. These footnotes in the paper look like tiny numbers that is at the end of a sentence you are citing, and then at the bottom there's a corresponding number where you put your citation, which comes in two different parts. When you first cite from a specific author, you are essentially putting your whole reference in the footnote. After that first citation from a specific author, each following citation from that person is just their last name, comma, the name of their article or book, comma, and the page number. Footnotes are also single-spaced and only 10-point font, but most writing programs should do that automatically. Now, the page where you list all of your sources that you are borrowing from is the very last page. The title of this page is bibliography, and each source you list here is going to be alphabetical, done with a hanging indent, and is going to be formatted with the last name of the author, comma, first name, period. Then in italics, you're going to have the title of the book or article, followed by a period. Then if it was a book, you will have in plain text the location it was published, period. Next, you'll have the publisher, followed by a comma, and then the year the writing was published. And finally, if it is a website, the URL. From what I have seen, journals tend to be less common than books or websites, especially if you're comparing lower level college courses to upper level college courses. However, the only thing different about them is the fact that you need to include the journal information. So after you have the journal title, you're going to put a period, followed by the volume number, and the year of publishing in parentheses, colon, and ending with the range of pages from the journal you are using. If there is a URL, add it to the end. Well everyone, that is it for the lecture for this lesson. I hope these little tricks that I have found helpful over the years are helpful to you as well. If you'd like to see the study guide, the example paper, a checklist with all the things to look for when using Chicago format, or even a virtual tutoring session, just go to my Patreon. If you enjoyed the laid back approach, or if you want another way of presenting information, let me know in the comments below. Best of luck and take care everyone.